Welcome to our channel. If you've not yet subscribed to our channel, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell button to get notified about latest videos. So today in this video lecture, we are going to discuss about bioremediation in detail. So before moving into the main concept of the video, I would like to introduce that you can join our WhatsApp group to get instant doubt clearance. Your doubts will be cleared within a stipulated time of 24 hours, and you can also join our Facebook group for instant information about webinar all over India and worldwide. So now let's get into the main concept of the video, that is bioremediation. So what is bioremediation? Bioremediation is a branch of biotechnology that employs the use of living organisms like microbes and bacteria in the removal of contaminants, pollutants and toxins from soil, water and other environment. Bioremediation is used to clean up oil spills or contaminated groundwater. By seeing the image shown on the screen, you can understand the basic concept of the bioremediation. So that's all about the basic information of bioremediation. Basically, if you see, bioremediation is a triple corner process. What is a triple corner process? It includes three things, that is pollutants, organisms and environment. So what is a pollutant? A pollutant is nothing but a chemical substance which will contaminate the environment. It can be of two types, inorganic pollutant or organic pollutant. The organic pollutant can be solid, liquid or gas. So these pollutants, where they are present in the environment. So we have to clean this environment. So what is the environment? It can be a soil, it could be water, that is for example water bodies, and also atmosphere, that is air. So how we are going to clean this environment? With the help of organism in case of bioremediation. The organism can be a microorganism, plants or enzymes produced by specific organism. So only we call bioremediation to be a triple corner process. So what are the types of bioremediation? There are two types of bioremediation: in situ bioremediation and ex situ bioremediation. In situ means in the situation, that is we are going to control the contamination where it has happened in the environment itself. We are not going to collect the contaminated particle or thing from the environment. We are going to clean the environment in that particular area, in that particular situation. So it is called as a in situ bioremediation. That is, it involves direct approach for the microbial degradation of xenobiotics. Xenobiotics are nothing but the herbicides, pesticides, etc., and other chemical contaminants at the site of pollution, that is soil, ground and water. It has been successfully applied for the cleanup of oil spillages, beaches, etc. There are two types of in situ bioremediation, that is intrinsic bioremediation and engineered bioremediation. So what is an intrinsic bioremediation? If we are going to use the natural microbial population present in that environment and we are not giving any aid from the human population, then it is called as a intrinsic bioremediation. Or if you are going to use specialized organisms, specialized microbial population engineered in laboratories, then it is called as a engineered bioremediation. So that's all about the in situ bioremediation. Next, let us discuss about the ex situ bioremediation. So the waste or toxic materials can be collected from the polluted sites, and bioremediation can be done with the help of requisite microorganism in designed places. That is, we are going to collect the waste and toxic materials which is contaminated with the pollutants, and we are going to process that particular toxic materials in a stipulated area, and we are going to control the pollution. So this is called as an ex situ bioremediation, that is out of the situation. We are not going to make the bioremediation happen in the natural environment. Instead, we are collecting the toxic materials and taking it away from the natural environment, and we are processing it and reducing the pollution. So that's all about ex situ bioremediation. And how we are going to do this? With the help of four important things, that is detoxification. We can detoxify that particular pollutant by removing some chemical compounds. For example, the removal of halogen from a chemical structure in some pollutants can detoxify it. And activation. What is activation? Activation is nothing but the breakdown of the complex contaminants into simple structure so that they can be used by the microorganisms present in that environment. and degradation is nothing but the fragmentation of the molecules. Now let us discuss about the types of bioremediation. It could be a aerobic bioremediation, anaerobic bioremediation, or sequential bioremediation. Aerobic and anaerobic bioremediation we'll discuss in the upcoming slides, and sequential bioremediation is nothing but the thing in which we'll be approaching the bioremediation process in a sequential manner. That is, in the first stage we'll be doing some changes. For example, if you are detoxifying in the first stage, then we are going to activate by breaking the compounds of the contaminants in the next stage, and finally bioremediation process will be completed. So that's all about the three types of bioremediation process. Next, let us discuss about what are the outcomes of bioremediation. The first thing is a minor change in an organic molecule leaving the main structure still intact. We can do a small change. For example, here in this case we have removed a halogen from the main structure, that is dehalogenation, and it can be detoxified. This is also a type of bioremediation. And next is fragmentation. So what is fragmentation? Fragmentation of complex organic molecules in such a way that the fragments could be reassembled to yield the original structure. You can see that in the image shown on the screen, a complex organic molecule is fragmented and we can reassemble the fragments to produce useful compounds. And the third one is the complete mineralization. That is, we are going to break the entire organic molecule into small inorganic compounds, and we can use these inorganic compounds for the plant growth and other valuable processes. So these are the three main outcomes of bioremediation process. So here we have the names of some common and important contaminants. These are nothing but the organic solvents which are mostly found in effluents, industrial effluents. The first thing is perchloroethylene, second one is trichloroethylene, third one is polychlorinated biphenyls. You can see the structures of the chemical compounds in the screen. These are the important contaminants which will be addressed with the help of bioremediation process. Next, we have the stages of bioremediation. The first stage is the conversion of a toxic compound to a less toxic compound to make sure it is readily degradable. This can be achieved with the help of process called as reductive dehalogenation. So what is reductive dehalogenation? It is the removal of halogen substituent, for example chlorine, bromine, while at the same time adding electron to the molecule under anoxic condition. That is, we are going to remove the halogen substituent and we are also going to add some electron to the molecule. Because if you see, when we remove the halogen compound, the halogen being highly electronegative will take some electron along with it. So the molecule, to stabilize the molecule, we are going to provide some electron to the molecule. And so the reductive halogenation process is of two types, that is hydrogenolysis and dihalo elimination. The halogen substituent is replaced by the hydrogen atom, then it is called as a hydrogenolysis. You can see that the halogen is replaced with hydrogen in this first case, that is hydrogenolysis. The name itself says that we are going to break the compound with the help of hydrogen. So that's all about hydrogenolysis. The second type is dihalo elimination. The removal of two halogen substituents from the adjacent carbon atom while inserting an additional bond between the carbon. That reaction you can see in the screen. The image shown in the screen will depict the entire reaction. Here we are using hydrogen atoms to remove the halogens attached to the main structure. As a result of removal of the halogens, a double bond is formed between the carbon atom and we are getting a byproduct as two molecules of hydrochloric acid. So that's all about the first stage of bioremediation, and this process can be speeded up when humus content is more, because humus has humic acid which can help in the increased activity of the first stage of bioremediation, because it can act as an hydrogen donor or electron acceptor in this process. That's all about the first stage of bioremediation. Next, let us discuss about the second stage of bioremediation, that is the degradation of the main structure of the chemical compound. This process actually occurs in the presence of oxygen, but the previous process occurs in the absence of oxygen. So the previous one is an anaerobic process and this is a aerobic bioremediation process. This process of breakage of main structure of the chemical compounds requires an association of different type of microbial genera. This microbial genera association is called as a consortium. And next let us discuss about the meta effect. So what is meta effect? If you see, some microbial population can degrade only few isomers of a chemical compound. If the isomers which are not easily degradable by the microorganism is present, then it is very difficult to make the bioremediation process to occur. You can see the example of this meta effect in the image shown on the screen. In the first condition, if you see, there is a free meta position, so it will take only 3 months for bioremediation with the help of microorganism, and it can occur naturally because for example, if you see, most of the herbicides, short-term herbicides, are of this structure, so they can be easily degraded after some while by the natural microbial population present in the soil. And the second condition, if you see, the meta position is blocked by a halogen compound, so it is difficult for the microorganism to degrade it, so it may take 2 to 3 years for the bioremediation process to accomplish. And the final thing we have to discuss about is that microbial communities change their characteristics in response to the addition of inorganic or organic substrates. If a particular compound such as herbicide is added repeatedly to a microbial community, the community adapts and faster rate of degradation can occur, which is also called as acclimation. So if we are adding the inorganic or organic substrate on which the microbe must act on, that is the contaminant, then the microbes may provide an heightened effect in bioremediation process. So that's all about the second stage of bioremediation. Next we have to discuss about the ill effects of bioremediation. The first ill effect is that if you see, the bioremediation process will not always result in useful chemical compounds. Sometimes the bioremediation process may make the pollutant even more dangerous. For example, the degradation of trichloroethylene, which is widely used as a solvent, if degraded under anoxic conditions, the dangerous carcinogen vinyl chloride can be synthesized. So we must aware of the biodegradation process, and we must calculate that what the byproducts and what are the products will be produced as a result of bioremediation to avoid unwanted hassles. Second thing we are going to discuss about is the corrosion of metal. Is an important negative effect of bioremediation. The microbially mediated corrosion of metals is particularly critical where iron pipes are used in waterlogged anoxic environment or in secondary petroleum recovery process. If water contains low levels of organic matter and sulfate, then aerobic microbial community can develop rust in the metal pipes which are being used in that condition. An example is that microorganisms that use elemental iron as electron donor during reduction of carbon dioxide in methanogenesis contribute to the corrosion of soft iron pipes. So that's all about the ill effects of bioremediation. If you like the video, please subscribe to our channel and support us. Thank you.